to that restaurant looking for a place to rest. I like to sit and smoke and burn this load off my chest. And there she came up slowly with a smile upon her face. How can I save you, boy? 'Cause you look so...
I'm Tina Henson. I am persistent, stubborn, determined, and a visionary. My business is Business Bites, and I'm an entrepreneur. Now we are not launched yet, but we're on our way to building the site and creating the content and moving forward. Business Bites will provide instructional content, instructional information on how to accomplish specific tasks that entrepreneurs and business owners tackle daily. And to know that there's a site there where that they can go find it now instead of having to spend 3 hours researching. The idea actually came as a result of me having started 2 previous companies, Plastic Jungle in Mountain View. And from that, I decided this time around that I wanted to start a business that stayed local and wouldn't be moved out of the Central Valley. Well, I think entrepreneurs as a whole, their best qualities are that they're resilient and persistent and don't give up simply by way of being told no. My father's an entrepreneur as well, and I realized that what he gave me was on some days a gift and some days a curse. If you're an entrepreneur, you immediately get this. You immediately understand that, yeah, there really isn't a place on the web where I know I can go and get answers. So that was really how it started. I was actually very stubborn in the sense that I didn't go out looking for help. I definitely went out looking for answers. We question ourselves a lot. We're not sure if it's just our insanity or it's a really good idea. And so we're constantly checking that against others. And that's where family is really important. I mean, I think it's equally important to make sure you do have a valid business idea. It's really easy to find people that will tell you it's a bad idea. It's very easy. And they're everywhere. The challenge is once you've decided to move forward, to sort of separate yourself from those kinds of people.
I'm impatient, I'm funny, I'm a pain in the ass. I'm John Ostlund, I'm an entrepreneur, and K-Jewel and Kino are my business. My first job was as a janitor at the local radio station where I grew up. In about 1986, my brother is the one who called me and said, hey, wouldn't it be fun? Let's submit an application to the FCC to build a radio station. And so, you know, at that point, you're too naive. I was too naive to understand what I was really getting into. That application process took 8 years. And so in 1994, we built K-Jewel, and then that's when the fun really began. In about 2005 or 6 or so, we bought Kino. Kino was, at one time, the most dominant radio station in all of radio, and it was based in Fresno. Another one of those little known facts that should give Fresnans pride.
This is K-Jewel. This is the FM studio. This is Bruce Campbell, Felina Sutton, Chris Nieto, Bud Elliott. And they're in the middle of doing a live show, so they say we can't be in here.
It doesn't matter whether you're in the radio business or the ad agency business or in the business of changing tires, you're in the people business, right? Because it's the people that are doing all the transactions. You know, the kind of business that you're in is just, you know, sort of the commodity of it all, right? Working with successful people, you learn successful habits.
I'm passionate. I love helping millions of kids. I want to conquer the world. And I'm Sam Shima, entrepreneur, and Gymnastic Speed is my business.
Having the idea of our first gymnastics center doesn't happen overnight. I think with over 30 years of experience in teaching, being an ex-gymnast, having the passion of having kids learn something as simple as a cartwheel, a handstand, or perhaps just flipping in the air has always been a passion. No matter what you're going to go into, you have to think about, is this something you really want to do for maybe the rest of your life? Since neither one of my wife and I, we don't have that kind of a entrepreneurial background, I sought out the advice of an ex-national champion in trampoline and floor exercises. George Harry, I believe if it wasn't for him coming out, helping me, and without charging me a dime, I think most consultants would probably charge you several hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. You just have to seek out those mentors. There are organizations out in every city that have help, a helpline if you call it, organization that helps budding entrepreneurs fulfill their dreams. You're going to have to sacrifice. There are a lot of times where we could not spend times during the evenings, on the weekends. I think vacations are cut to a bare minimum. I think everybody who has been an entrepreneur in business have stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning wondering if they're still going to stay in business the next day or the next week or the next month. But that's why they call us entrepreneurs, because we can survive. You have to be willing to sacrifice and go beyond that extra mile, or else it may not work for you. And if people do quit or give up, it's okay. For those that can't afford it, like myself, we can't give up.
Well, I am a serial entrepreneur. I am a visionary who's always looking for the next great thing, whether it's in our line of business or something else. I'm Claude Laval, and Laco's Filtration Products is our business. My great-grandfather was an inventor, my father was an inventor, but it skipped my generation. My father never commercialized any of his inventions. He licensed them to other people, and that's how this company actually got started. There was just myself and one secretary and a catalog. You can see how dirty this side gets, and the discharge, the clean side, is clean. So that's the essence of what we make here. This is a larger version of that model that I showed you. This is where the water comes in. This is where, when the top is on it, where the water comes out. Export sales have always been very important to us. It sometimes represents 30–40% of the production of this facility. People who live in the San Joaquin Valley don't seem to appreciate there's a huge opportunity to export. You've got to get out of your chair and go there so that you can see what the opportunity is. All the water in Libya is from water wells, and it's in a desert, so it was full of sand. A consultant suggested that I go to Libya and look at the situation, and they ended up ordering a lot of product, which gave us enough momentum to probably survive. We might not have made it if we'd had to just operate in the United States. I think that's one of the things entrepreneurs need to learn, is that you can't be good at everything. You've got to pick what you're good at and do a good job of that, and then you've got to get other people who've got the other talents that you need. So it takes a team approach.
My name's JJ Brown. I'm an acoustic singer-songwriter here in the Central Valley. I describe my style of music as progressive acoustic alternative rock.